welcome to Everyone Knows Dave. Today you join me for a little fly tying video on one of my favorite flies, which is a balanced egg fly, and so I'm going to show you guys how to make it. I've caught lots and lots of fish on this fly, especially still water fishing up on Horsetooth Reservoir, and many other lakes, and even in the rivers this has worked well. So let's start. The hooks I'll be using is this MFC hook. It's a wide gape jig hook in a number 16. The fly material I'm using is this Spirit River UV2, and it's got like a sparkle in it. You'll see it's a yarn. It's a egg fly yarn, but with a sparkle in it, and I've got various colors. This is the salmon egg one. I'm going to be using that. Also got a bright orange flavored one, which is I use a lot as well. And you see that one. And then we've got the salmon pink one, which is that. So the thread I'm using is actually a 280 thread. It's a pretty big thread for a small hook like this, but you know, it doesn't matter. And this is in fluorescent. This is a ultra thread 280 in fluorescent shell pink, and it really glows when you put a fluorescent UV lamp on it. So, and finally the little beads I'm using are little brass ones by True Fit, and they're just a straight bead. It's in the 1/8 size. So yeah, so there you go. Anyway, first things first, we're going to make the balance section of this fly, and if you haven't got any, get yourself some pins from Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something like that. These are just standard pins, and you can cut a few down. Just looking for my bag of cut down ones. So there we go. So you can maybe see some of those in there. Cut them in half, or maybe 1/3, leaving you with the top of the pin with the mushroom bit on it. Let me grab one out. Pretty tricky to get out. Okay, got one. So what we'll do, we'll put a hook in the vise. As I said, it's a wide gape number 16. These are barbless actually, jig hook. Put that in there. Straightforward enough. Then what we'll do next is we'll put one of these little beads on the hook, on the cut down pin, sewing pin, and these have got a big hole and a little hole. So there's a little hole that way and a bigger hole. So we're going to put thread it through so that the top of the pin is in the larger portion, and so it is going to sit inside that larger portion like that. Okay, simple enough so far. Put a bit of thread on. Oh, I'm going to put my magnifying spectacles on. Need these. I'm getting old now, so put a bit of thread on, About down there. Not worrying about this too much. We're going to put a bit of super glue on this in a minute. Run it back up. Get your pin with the brass weight on it and put it about that far off. Have it far enough away that you could get some thread through there. You can actually reposition it after you put it on, but let's put it on. Just a few wraps. So that should be good. We can probably sneak a pin through there. Be careful when you come down to this back end of the pin, because you can cut this thread with it. Okay. Now we're just going to do a little whip finish. I've got my big whip tie here, so I'm going to go over the whole hook. Just a couple of whip ties. There we go. That's it. Put it off. Now what we're going to do is going to put a little bit of Loctite super glue on this. Just down. Just lock it all together. And that will lock it on the shank of the hook. And I also put a little bit down here as well. Squirt a bit in there. Drop the fly down. As you can see, there's a little gap there. Little gap in between the bead and the eye, where we can put a bit of where we can put some thread or some of this this yarn. Okay, so that's how you make the balance section of this fly. Pretty straightforward, and in true crafting fashion, we're going to be using one I made earlier. Just do this here properly. Okay, so going to run a little bit more thread on here. Again, not too worried about what I'm doing, how it's working here. Now with this fly yarn, you can probably see I pulled some of the yarn off the end. It's like chenille, so just pull a bit off the end and you'll have two threads on the inside, and we're just going to wrap those on the hook. Just nice and easy. Not too bothered about where it goes right now. Going to bring that around there. Now, what we do, I'm going to put a bit more, a little layer of super glue on there. A lot of super glue on this fly, but it will hold it together. And then we're going to wrap this chenille, or the yarn, so oops, the yarn back up the fly. Just brushing it back a little bit. And finally we get to the top section. We're just going to put it between the bead, and this is why it's having the bead back a little bit is a good idea. Oops, quite very tight there. I'm going to run a couple of threads there. cut it off. A little bit of super glue on the thread. Let's just move that out of the way. Couple of wraps. And whip finish. And that, my friends, is that. You can brush it out a little bit. You know, very, very effective. Obviously, connecting it to the line, you've got the eye of the hook down there, and you'll just have to reveal that a little bit. Just push that back. Maybe use a pair of scissors, or you can just see the eye of the hook there. Just clean that away a little bit. You'll get a line through that, and it sits in the water just like that. And the fish just grab it, and 9 times out of 10, they're hooked in the top lip perfectly. So that's that. That's my little egg fly. Making me various colours. I use this colour. I use the orange. They were great for trout, but in some slightly bigger sizes. I'm sure they'd be great for steelhead too. Fished underneath an indicator. You could fish them a straight line, but I mainly fish them under indicators. So anyway, that's my little egg fly. A little scruffy beast, I know, but super effective, especially using this UV2 egg fly yarn with the sparkly stuff in it. Okay, well, try it out. Give it a shot. Nice and easy to do. Very easy to, very like a beginner's fly, really. But you can whip up loads of these, you know, in minutes. So okay, thanks for joining me. Maybe see you on the bankside fishing with these. Okay, bye bye.